A clever raccoon named RJ, who lived in the forest, knew how to get food without working. He even dared to steal from a sleeping bear named Vincent. RJ piled all the bear's food in his fancy blue cooler in a bright red wagon. Then he grabbed one last can of potato chips. Suddenly Vincent woke up and roared, "You backstabbing bandit!" RJ ran out of the cave to escape. Then he lost all the food when the wagon rolled away and crashed into the street. "Please don't eat me," begged RJ. "I can get it all back." "You have 1 week to replace everything," roared Vincent, "or I will hunt you down and get you." Not far from Vincent's cave, RJ saw a group of animals in the forest. "Where's the food? Is there any left?" chattered Hammy the squirrel. "We ate all the food during the winter," replied Possum named Heather. "So we've got to get some more now." "Exactly," as Vern the turtle, as he passed around the last of the food they had stored. "We need to fill the log to the top. Remember, when you have forage, eat 1, save 2, replied the rest of the animals in unison. "Exactly," said Vern. All this talk of gathering food gave RJ an idea. These forest animals could help him repay Vincent. Hammy pointed and said, "There's a weird, scary new thing over there." All the animals saw it, a big, bushy hedge. Cut the forest in half. Vern crawled through the hedge. The forest was gone, replaced by a neighborhood full of people and houses. Vern cautiously explored this strange new world. When a sprinkler sprayed him, he ran through the neighborhood and back through the hedge. "It was awful," cried Vern. "They must have come while we were hibernating." The turtle shuddered. How would his family gather enough food for next winter with only half the forest? RJ walked towards the animals and opened a bag of chips. "I can solve your problem," he said. "The hedge is the gateway to the good life. In just a week, you can fill the log with food." "And what tasty food!" Hammy had never eaten anything more delicious. Stella the skunk, Ozzy and Heather and the porcupine family devoured RJ's cheesy chips. The only one who didn't trust the fast-talking stranger was Vern. The cautious turtle's tail tingled with warning. RJ showed the forest animals how to use their skills to steal food from the people. With each caper, their confidence grew. Only Vern stayed afraid of the world beyond the hedge. He watched in horror as the others pulled off their biggest heist yet, while Ozzy gave a drop-dead performance to distract the humans. The others sneaked off with the blue cooler RJ secretly needed for Vincent. One woman, Gladys, wanted the animals out of her neighborhood. She called Dwayne the exterminator, who sped up the street in his big truck. "Get them," screamed Gladys. The animals escaped from Dwayne and back into the forest. The log was almost full, but the turtle's tail still tingled. Vern decided the only way to protect his family from the angry humans was to return everything. RJ saw Vern with a wagon piled high with food. "You can't take it," RJ cried. "Yes, I can," shouted Vern. A playful dog interrupted their argument and chased them. They sped through the neighborhood and up a slide that launched them high into the sky. The wagon crashed to the ground. When their nightmare ride was over, RJ sobbed, "The food, it's gone." The animals yelled at Vern about the lost food. "What were you thinking? The log was full," cried Ozzy. "Maybe you're just jealous of RJ," added Stella. Vern realized that Stella was right and went to find RJ. Then Vern apologized. "I am jealous, and now I have to make it up to everyone. I have to get the food back." RJ was distracted by a noise from Gladys's yard. A grocery truck was delivering supplies for a party. When he saw the truck, RJ's eyes lit up. He had a plan. "I know a place we can get all the food in one night," he told Vern. The animals put RJ's plan into action. They sneaked into Gladys' house and soon had a heap of food. But RJ needed more food to pay back Vincent. "We have more than enough food," cried Vern. Suddenly Gladys woke up and saw the animals in her house. She called Dwayne, who soon arrived in his big truck. RJ escaped, but the other animals were caught and loaded into Dwayne's truck. As the animals were driven away by Dwayne, RJ took the food to Vincent. The bear was impressed. "You take the food, and those forest animals take the blame." RJ didn't feel clever. He was upset with himself knowing he had doomed his friends. RJ grabbed the wagon and sped straight for Dwayne's truck. Vincent furiously chased after him. The wagon smashed into the truck, knocking out Dwayne. The animals had to drive, while Vern struggled to steer. RJ battled the angry bear around and around the truck. The animals steered the out-of-control truck back to the neighborhood and crashed it into Gladys's house. "No!" she screamed. Then Hammy flipped the switch on the traps that had been set for the animals to catch Gladys, Vincent, and Dwayne instead. Watching from the hedge, the animals celebrated in victory. Back in the forest, they all celebrated and cheered. Once they were safe, RJ apologized for tricking the animals and turned to leave. But Vern wouldn't let him go. RJ may have lost a lot of tasty junk food, but he gained a family.